Hey class, in order to make your robots move, the first thing I need to introduce you to is the program itself. It's called LEGO Mindstorm's EV3 Home Edition. You can either find it on your desktop, or if you were to click the Windows button and then search EV3, it'll pop up if it's on your computer. This program is going to allow you to actually program your robot. The first thing you need to do is press the plus sign at the top left. That's the Add Project button. That's going to start up a new project so you can begin programming your robot. Now, before you begin, I always recommend saving your project. A project can have several programs, kind of like how folders can have several files. To save your project, you click File, then you would go Save Project As, and here you would name your project. I'm going to name it Sample. Now that you've got your project saved, you need to name your program. Let's say I'm doing the shuttle run. I type it up there, and now I know that when I'm going into this tab, it's the program for the shuttle run. Now, the first command or block that I have students learn is the move block. To move your robot, use move steering. This block will allow your robot to move both your motors at the same time. There are a few things going on, and I'll explain what you're looking at when you look at the different parts of the block. The ports can be found on your brick, the actual brain of your robot. This block is sensing that there are motors plugged into ports B and C in your brick. If this is correct, leave it. If not, you can change which brick it sees. This button will change how the motor's turned on. Some programs you want the motor to turn off. Others you want it to turn on forever. You can also change it into a measurement, either time in seconds, number of degrees for the tires to turn, or number of rotations. The next option is steering. If you drag it all the way to the left, it'll go all the way to the left. If you drag it all the way to the right, it'll go all the way to the right. That's how intense the turn is. One tire will turn more than the other. Depending on how many rotations you do, it'll change how much it turns. But we'll get to that later. The next thing is power. Power is the speed that your robot will be going. If it's positive, it's going forward. If it's negative, it's going backwards. Now, the last object that we're going to use is rotations. This number will change how many times the tires spin on your robot. So if you want it to go more, you increase the number. If you want it to go to less, you decrease it. And if you want it to go backwards, you can even do a negative number. Remember this when you're using negatives, though. If you have two negatives, it's not going to go reverse. It's going to go forward. Try this out. The first challenge that we have is the shuttle run. You will need to use a combination of a few different move steering commands in order to beat this challenge.